Our first question is from Poki Yakoka from Account Executive, Michigan, who writes, Dear Dr. Science, why is the state of Michigan shaped like a hand?
When the great scientist made the world, he had to place his hand on it to keep it from wobbling. The spot at which he touched it became scorched from the immense energy emanating from his palm. Fortunately, he was wearing asbestos gloves at the time, otherwise Michigan would be the twin of Arizona. And we should be thankful he didn't step on the globe at this point, otherwise we'd all be speaking Italian.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Coach Sparky, writing from Lakeland, Florida. Dear Dr. Science, what was the world like before lawyers? Were people nicer to each other back then?
No. People haven't changed much in the 3 million years they've been around, but lawyers have. There have always been lawyers, but there always haven't been so many lawyers. Time was people wandered from place to place, picking berries and nuts and killing squirrels and rabbits. Then somebody invented agriculture. That led to private property, and that's where the lawyers got involved. If we could only go back to our nomadic berry picking days, we'd turn a bunch of barristers into berry pickers, and a whole class of people would finally find out what it's like to work for a living.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Tony Dow from Midland, who writes, Dear Dr. Science, why won't my car start in the winter?
It's probably mosquito eggs clogging your fuel line. Mosquitoes are always looking for a warm place to spend the winter, and they generally wind up in your fuel line. Not the warmest place in the world, but mosquitoes aren't the brightest creatures in the world. All they do is suck blood and die. I don't consider that intelligent behavior. The high-pitched whine your engine makes when you try to start it is the cry of pain of mosquito babies. If you have no sympathy for insect infants, by all means keep turning the engine over. If, however, you're the bleeding heart liberal type, you might want to take a cab to work, or better still, stay home until this whole winter thing blows over.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Send your science questions to Ask Dr. Science. Remember, he's not a real doctor.
I have a master's degree
In science. Bye, kids.
Stay in school.